Hello and welcome to the WTA Weekly Wrap Up, where we talk about everything that went on this week in the women's side of the tennis tour. My name is Jess. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to the Quality Shot YouTube channel, which covers everything that's going on the tennis tour. So this week we saw Italy take out the Billie Jean King Cup, so let's jump straight into it. So before we talk about the final, let's talk about what happened and how we got there. So we saw 4 teams have a bye in the first round, which was Canada, Australia, Czechia, and Italy. We then saw the winner of Germany and Great Britain take on Canada, which in this case was Great Britain who took out the win. So in that matchup, we saw Emma Raducanu take out the first singles match 6-4, 6-4, and then Katie Boulter managed to take out the second singles 6-1, 6-2. That meant that they didn't have to play the doubles, so they went straight through to play Canada in the next round. So in the next matchup, we saw the USA take on Slovakia, and there was definitely an upset here. I think a lot of people, I know me included, thought the USA would take this tie out, but they went down 2-1. Starting off strong, Taylor Townsend managed to have a straight sets win in the first singles 7-5, 6-4. But then Sharapova, who has had a really good 2024, managed to beat Danielle Collins in straight sets 6-2, 7-5. And then when it came down to the doubles, Slovakia was able to hold on strong to take out the third set 10-8. As I say, I definitely thought the USA would make it far. We'd probably see them in the final. They had a really solid team. But in these team events, some people really lift, and this is when they really shine, and it was clear that Slovakia was able to do that against the USA this year. And with that win, Slovakia then went on to take on Australia in the next round. And then in the next tie, we saw Poland take a 2-0 win over Spain. In the first singles match that nearly went for 4 hours, Lynette managed to get the win 7-6, 2-6, 6-4. And then in the second singles, we managed to see Iga Swiatek take out Paula Badosa in 3 sets. The final score there was 6-3, 6-7, 6-1. But it was really good to see Badosa take out that second set. I mean, considering only a year ago, she was really struggling when it came to injuries, and now she's there mixing it with the best and just outside the top 10. And then for the final matchup for the first round, we saw Japan take out Romania 2-1. So in the first singles, Bogdan had a straight sets win 6-2, 6-4. And then in the second singles, Shibahara of Japan managed to take out that one in straight sets as well. And then Team Japan was able to clutch it in the doubles 6-1, 7-5. Then in the quarterfinals, we saw Great Britain take out Canada. So Emma Raducanu kept her winning ways up by taking out the first singles 6-love, 7-5. And then Katie Boulter managed to take out Leylah Fernandez 6-2, 6-4. And then in the next quarterfinal matchup, we saw Slovakia take out Australia 2-0. So the first singles was a close fought battle that went for 3 sets. And then in the second singles, Sharapova was able to take out the win 6-1, 6-2. And then in the next quarterfinal, we saw Poland take out Czechia. So for the first match, we saw Buzkova take out Magdalena Frere in 3 sets. And then Iga Swiatek had to fight hard against Noskova to get the win 7-6, 4-6, 7-5. Then when it came down to the doubles, Team Poland was able to get the job done 6-2, 6-4. And then to end the round, we saw Italy take out Japan 2-1. First singles was a 3-set win for Japan, followed by Paolini taking out the second singles 6-3, 6-4. Came down to the doubles, Team Italy was able to take out the win in straight sets. In the semi-finals, Slovakia managed to beat Great Britain 2-1. Emma Raducanu was able to take out the first tie 6-4, 6-4. However, Katie Boulter then went down to Sharapova in 3 in the second singles. And then in the doubles, they took the win 6-2, 6-2, which meant that they were heading into the finals. Then the next semi-final was also very close, so we saw Italy take out Poland 2-1. In the first singles, Bronzetti managed to beat Lynette 6-4, 7-6. Second singles, Iga Swiatek was able to come back from a set down against Paolini to take the win 3-6, 6-4, 6-4. I mean, this was a really good match. Although Paolini lost in the end to Swiatek, the fact that when they played at the French Open, it obviously was quite an easy win for Swiatek, so it was quite nice to see Paolini fighting against her, and I think that could be a really fun matchup in 2025. And then in the doubles, it was a very close 2-set match with Team Italy taking the win 7-5, 7-5. This was a huge win for Team Italy. I mean, Poland in the doubles in that second set was up 5-1 and they were able to come back and take it without having to push it to a third set. So that would have really saved them and been a good confidence boost heading into the final. And then in the final, we saw Italy take out the Billie Jean King Cup, their first title in 11 years after they beat Slovakia 2-0. In the first matchup, Bronzetti got the win 6-2, 6-4, and then Paolini was able to get the job done 6-2, 6-1. And with that, Team Italy took out the Billie Jean King Cup for 2024. I mean, the tennis in Italy at the moment is on fire. When you consider how good the men's side of the tour is, obviously they have Yannick Sinner, and there's all the other Italian players as well that are doing great. And now we've got the women as well that are doing amazing. So this is really great to see for Italian tennis. With that, the women's season is finished. I mean, we did have that WTA finals last week, which was the end of the singles, but now that we have the Billie Jean King Cup, it is the off season officially. So this is very exciting. I mean, we're not too far away from the 2025 season. It does begin at the end of December in Australia. So it is going to be great to see. I really like some of these matches that we've seen to end the year. I think it's going to be really interesting going into 2025. I mean, obviously Paolini and Badosa being competitive against Swiatek, Goff taking out the WTA finals, being able to beat Swiatek and Sabalenka. So I think 2025 on the women's side of the tour is going to be really interesting. I cannot wait to see what the women have in store for us. And although this is not strictly WTA tennis, I feel like this spans across all of the sport, with Rafael Nadal retiring at the Davis Cup this year. He was not only a huge figure in men's tennis, but just in the sport generally. There were plenty of WTA players that reacted to Rafa's retirement, which included the icon Serena Williams, who said, "Congratulations on a career that most won't dare to dream of. I feel so fortunate to have been able to play when you were playing and being great. You inspired me to be better, to play harder, to fight, to never give up, to win more. No excuses, just play the sport. Your legacy will never die. Wow, to see your career from the beginning to today was an honor, champ. Long live Rafa." We also saw another champion come out, Maria Sharapova. She said, "No one like you. I have so much respect for your grit, your love of the fight, and the pure class with which you showed up even on a tough day." And in response to Rafa tearing up when the national anthem was playing at the Davis Cup, Iga Swiatek just commented on Twitter, "Too much." And I mean, I think that sums it up. It was a pretty emotional moment, and Iga has been very open about how much of an impact Rafa has been for her and how much of a legend and how much of a role model he was for her. So I feel you. And look, that is everything I have for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure to tune in to next week's video, where we will be talking about some of the big moments from the 2024 season on the women's side of the tour. There were some matches and some moments that have really stuck in my brain, and we need to talk about them, and it'll be great to hear some of your input as well about what you thought were some of the best moments for 2024. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.